This episode of Dirt and Fire is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Camelback, an idea born from the most basic human need, thirst. I personally have been using their hydration backpacks and water bottles on all of my hikes and runs for years. Right now they're offering free shipping on orders over $60, free returns, and they got a lifetime guarantee on all their products. For details on that, see the Camelback website in the links below. And by B12IO. B12 makes your life easier by using human-assisted AI technology and automation as a force for good. Have them build your website in as little as 60 seconds without the premium price tag. By clicking the link in the description, you can get started for free. Okay guys, today I wanted to quickly go over how to install a Yakima Bedrock HD overbed rack. And the first thing you're going to want to do to remove your tonneau cover is take out the size 12 bolt that holds it down and then fold it up and get it out of the way. The first thing I did was lay everything out to make sure that it's all there. As you can see, the extension pieces are included in the set. We'll be using those since the Tacomas have a bed rail system installed. The first thing it says to do is to remove the end caps, which are secured by this single bolt. The kit comes with 2 Allen wrenches, so the bolt is going to be held down by the Allen wrench that came with it in the box. As you can see, this bolt isn't very easy to get out. You can't really pinch it with your fingers, and it's really hard to fish out with the Allen wrench that's supplied. What I ended up having to do was get a pair of pliers and just grab the head of the bolt and pull it straight up. The next thing you have to do is to slide the bases on. You only need to take 2 of the end caps off to slide all 4 bases on. Just make sure they're facing the right direction so that way you don't have to take it all back apart and redo it. You don't really have to measure, but it is a good idea when doing installations like this just to make sure everything lines up straight. The thing is, on Tacoma beds there's a bunch of cutouts and tie down spots and stuff, so as long as you put it close to the edge of those cutouts on both sides, you're going to have it be pretty straight. The next step is to install the extenders that come in the kit. The Toyota Tacomas have a bed rail system, so you gotta clamp to the bottom of that bed rail. Changing out these extension pieces is probably the hardest part of this whole installation. And that's not really saying much because this installation really wasn't too hard at all. You just kind of spin off the bolt, and if you look right here, this is the piece that you're going to be sliding out. It just slides straight out. A couple of these I had to tap with a hammer to get them out. And then you just slide the new extension piece on. And once that's on, you just put the bolt right back in. If you want to put some more Loctite on it, that's great. If not, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But it just spins right back on. You tighten it back up with the Allen wrench. Everything should be tightened down, but don't make it overly tight. Considering this kit is basically just going to be clamping on via a ratchet type clamp that is a part of the system. So after this is done, you're basically toolless from this point forward. Here's the completed clamps and the extra pieces and the keys. All that's left to do is to slide the clamp assembly into the base and position the stopper at the bottom of the bed rail. Something to note here is that you're going to want to clamp it down to set everything in place and then unclamp it, readjust, and then clamp again. You may need to do that 2 or 3 times to get it tight enough. Otherwise your clamps are just going to slide right out. And then after cleaning up, there we are. That is the installed clamp and what it looks like with its locking cylinder. The cylinders come pre-installed, which is pretty cool. You don't really have to do anything. Once it's clamped down, you just lock it down. There's really no way to unclamp it without doing damage to not only the rack, but your bed too. One thing that I did notice was that when it's all tightened down, it does seem to pull a little bit up on the bed rail. I don't think it's that big of an issue, but it's just something that I noticed that the pressure kind of bends it up a little bit. Another thing with the beds is that there isn't a whole lot of places to position these things so they're centered. So I noticed that the back ones you want positioned like right after the last bed tie down cutout. And then the front one up near the cab is positioned after the first tie down cutout. And at the time of this recording, I weigh about 230 pounds, and I'm able to stand and walk on these things absolutely no problem. They seem really sturdy. After driving with them for about a week, I haven't noticed any noise whatsoever, nor have I noticed any blockage of visibility. This is exactly the type of rack I was looking for to put my rooftop tent on. Something that didn't protrude too much. I know there's a lot of those mid-level racks out there. I like to go the more minimal route. I think that this is going to be great to put my rooftop tent on and be able to slide things underneath. At about half the price of the Outpost HD, which is the overlanding solution from Yakima, the Bedrock HD, I think, offers a minimal and cost-effective alternative if you're just trying to get a rooftop tent over your bed and you don't need to carry a bunch of extra max tracks or gas cans and stuff like that. This is going to be more for just your weekend camping trip that's right off the trail. And that's it. The installation only took about a half hour. If you have any questions about any of it, just leave it down in the comments below, and thanks for watching.